And I came back into this neutral position. So understand neutrality. There's a great place that you can sit in a neutral, right? If I'm in a neutral state of being over any subject, and it doesn't mean you're not in a high vibration, it just means you're not yes or no. I'm not, I am, I'm not, I'm not. I'm neutral, I'm right here. You can't affect this. You cannot affect somebody who's in a neutral state of being because you have no emotional control over it. They have no emotional control over you. You have all of the emotional control. You don't get to choose. You don't get to tell me yes or no. You don't get to throw me into a high vibration or into a low vibration because you're trying to push and pull me and control me into whatever you think you need to have done. And I'm like, I'm out, right? You stand back from it. Does that make sense? So it's all about the fight. I have this written in there. It's all about the fight to get rid of the old self and move into the new. Here's what somebody said earlier. I was on here talking to a few people earlier, and she said it's like death and renewing at the same time. Here's part of the problem we run into is we want to get rid of. We want to get rid of all of this old stuff and then think we're going to turn into a new person. And it doesn't work that way. It never will work that way. You have to do it at the same time. Let me let this person in here. You have to literally do all of this at the same time, right? And it'll happen vicariously at the same time once you start into the process. And I wrote on here, it's like it's parallel life. Life's walking side by side. So my old self and my new self. And it's all going on simultaneously. None of this is separate. None of it's really past or future. If you understand quantum physics, it's all going on at the same time. And you choose which state you want to be in. You choose which parallel, what is the word I'm looking for? You choose which one you want to be in. So when my brother started his thing, immediately the choice came up. You're going to be here or you're going to be here. And if I had chosen to be here, I'm like talking probably months and months and months of figuring out and deciding and doing. And I was like, nope, I'm going to be here. And it ended all of it. I have no participation. I'm neutral. And now he's over there trying to figure out, well, that didn't work out too well, did it? Right, for him. Does it make sense? And it's not like you're being mean to him. I'm going to give you a really direct route to this that one of my mentors actually gave me after this whole event happened. I was like on the phone going, what the heck was that? What just happened? And he was explaining it to me. So I'll give you the information he gave me. So the fight to get rid of the old self and move into a new self doesn't work that way. You have to do both at the same time. So as you're releasing and releasing, you're figuring out, I am that, I am this, I am, right? Who are you? What can you do? How hard are you going to stand on it? How decisive can you possibly be? And it has to come down to a choice. You have to make the choice to be a new person, which is what I was doing when I was in front of my brother and this whole rigmarole started, right? It was a choice. And you can jump back and forth, right? Which is what I almost did, right? You're going to start hopping back and forth between these parallel. And when you're really super stuck in the one and you can't even quite find the other, that's where you really have to get into this neutral place. When I used to work with people who were traumatized by narcissism, right? So you're a product of a narcissistic household or you've been in narcissistic relationships. We called it being the gray rock. If you have to be around these people, you have to be a gray rock. You have to show no emotion to it. I can't be high in emotion because they will use that against you. And I can't be low in emotion because they will use that against you. No matter what you do, a narcissist will twist it and turn it and turn you back into whatever they want you to be. And then you'll be stuck in whatever emotion they stick you in. If you go in being a gray rock, and this is the idea of neutrality, I'm just neutral to the situation. You can't control my emotions if I'm neutral to it. Yes is yes, no is no, it doesn't matter, right? And then all of a sudden you win all this control back. So it's the same idea as being neutral as being the gray rock. And to me, it's just interesting. You have this much control. Another thing we weren't taught, right? we react and act according to whatever happens. That's what you're taught to do. And if you decide, I'm not playing this game anymore, I'm not going to do this up and down roller coaster, your body will start to heal. Because you're not feeding it with the negative chemicals, with the negative neuropeptides or the neuropeptides that caused your reactions and actions to start with. So now your body starts to heal. And this, unfortunately, is a period of time. You have to, right? You have to stick with it, and you have to go through it to get through it. And I do want to throw out, and another group that I'm in was talking about this too. I found this, and it was on Gaia. I'm loving Gaia right now. They're crazy with disclosure, and it's just like all the stuff that's showing